Hi everybody, welcome to Nitrotech. I'm Neil and this is the 3-in-1 stunt flying plane. Aimed at beginners. You get 3 planes effectively in one great package. So this is the box. Let's check out and see what's inside. So this is what you're greeted with when you open the package. We've got the owner's manuals, which I dare say we'll be looking at again very shortly. Some stickers, which I'm guessing are going to really finish our aircraft off if we want to go down that route and use them. Underneath that we've got our 3 aircraft. We've got 1, 2 and the third one, which is just underneath on the right hand side here. There's also packaged away a radio and some other bits and pieces, so pretty tricky to see at the moment, but I'll get everything out and we'll get it on the table and take a closer look. So looking at everything laid out here, it's easy to see the concept behind this great plane, or in fact great 3 planes, because essentially that's what we've got. We've got the yellow Cessna, which is the beginner level of the 3, then we've got the SR-22, and then we've got the Red Bull Stunt plane. Now the 3 planes, the 3 fuselage, share the same working gear, the lower fuselage, and this is the key to the whole thing. We've got the propeller and the servos, the receiver and what have you, and the battery compartment all in this lower fuselage section, and this basically connects very easily to any of these 3 planes and gets you up and running in no time at all. Also with this kit we've got 2 batteries for the plane. So this is one in the packaging here, and the other one, the second one, I've just installed in the radio. And one of the really lovely features is the this recharging facility in the handset, and this is how you get the charge into the batteries for the plane. So there's no separate chargers and what have you. So really quite a nifty little feature there. Also included are 3 replacement propellers. And also we've got a couple of propeller shafts included there, just in case you do happen to have an accident, which is taken with full force on the front of the plane. And a nicely addition of this bit of glue for those ongoing repairs if you need to make them. So as an overall package, everything that you could possibly need to get up and flying and learning and building your confidence and having fun is included. So let's start with our Cessna and how you would get up and running with it. Now this is obviously the fuselage you can see, and you'll be able to make out we've got a number of different magnets which are already installed here, and they correspond to the magnets that are in the lower fuselage. So we've got magnets here. Now we also have these servos with these linkages. There's a white one and a red one, and these are also magnetic. Now I thought this would be a bit of a nightmare to assemble, but actually as you put them together you may just be able to make out that both linkages just find each other. So you can see that they've connected, and then just lower this into place, and there's a really secure fitting. So there we go, we've got our airplane. All we need to do now is get the battery in and we're away and running. Now connecting our battery couldn't be easier also. I've just removed the cover, and you can see there are 2 prongs in the lower fuselage, and our battery can only really fit in one way. So it literally just presses into position, and then I'll connect or put the battery cover on. And I really like the idea that we've got this vented fuselage cover here, so the battery stays nice and ventilated and cool in operation. And that's pretty much it. Now before we get up and running for the first time with our Cessna and take to the skies, there's a couple of pre-flight checks we need to do. Firstly, we need the servo switch on our radio throwing over to the right, and I'll just show it to you here. Okay, and basically the reason that we've got 2 modes for that is because the different aircraft here have different characteristics. The Cessna, the beginner of the 3, has the controls featured around the tail, as you can see. The other 2 have them on the control features on the wings and the tail, and that requires the servos to operate slightly differently. So for the Cessna we need to be over to the right. Now the last thing that we need to do before we take to the skies are trim our controls. Now it's very, very simple. There's buttons on our radio at the sides of the controls, and we just need to make sure that our control surfaces have been trimmed, and it's explained very well in the manual, so you don't have to worry about it. And basically it just means that you end up having to press these buttons, and each bleep will adjust the start or the starting position of each servo so that you get it perfectly right. And you need to do that every time you disconnect the lower fuselage, just to make sure that your controls are in the neutral position when you get flying, and that's going to give you the best opportunity to get real enjoyment out of these great models. So I'm just about to head out now. I've got to do my pre-flight checks, make sure that the controls are working. There we are on the tail. Perfect. Good to go on the propeller. It's a nice smooth operation there. Well, I'm heading off out. Expect to see you maybe in 30 minutes after I've exhausted this battery, and be on to the next one. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. But remember, if you like what you've seen here, you get the best prices at nitrotech.co.uk. Thanks ever so much, and I'll see you soon.